That's it. It's Thursday night, Thursday, the 21st day of December. We're 4 days out, folks, from that big day. Share the live and smash that emoji button as well. Please and thank you. We're so happy to see so many of you jumping on the live already. Good to see Yolanda Thomas. Good to see Isabella Butters as well. Great to see lovely, wonderful folks with us this evening. Share the live wherever you're joining us from. Wherever you're rocking and coming from, share the live and smash that emoji button as well. We're going to make sure that we do exactly the same thing at our end. Good folks, good to see so many of you on the live already. Share the live. Wherever you're coming in from this evening, folks, whether you're at home here in Guyana, where we're broadcasting from, or you're somewhere out there in the diaspora, folks, we're just simply happy that each and every one of you, Shauna Fortune, each and every one of you, Deborah Leach, each and every one of you, Erwin Don, here with us this evening. It's such a privilege to have good folks with us this evening, guys. Share. Smash that emoji button as well. We see you there, Avril Small. We see there, Leon Logan is with us as well, guys. We're so privileged. We're lucky. And we're lucky to have some good folks watching us tonight. Margaret Nelson is back with us this evening. Margaret, how is Rio doing? We trust that both of you are well. Camille Cox is here too. And Debbie Collins and Donnet. Donnet is joining us from New Jersey. New Jersey's in the house. See you next year, Donnet. Pew, pew, pew. See you next year. Who know? Roderick Henry, Andrew Griffith, Osmond Hodge, Clive Jackson, Everett Small. Good to see you folks on the live. Randy Cole. And Dolly Anderson is here as well. And Julia. All the other beautiful folks like Hetty Belt. Who's Hetty Belt? You see these names, folks? Hetty Belt. Whoever that is. We're happy to have you, Dolly and Margaret. Yep. Well, Rio as well, Margaret says, but she's a little bit on the weather, folks. Let's say a prayer for Margaret tonight. Please and thank you. Let's say a little prayer for Margaret. Antia, we see you there, and Glenn and Debbie and Dolly and Kurt. Welcome, folks, each and every one of you. Roderick is there, too. I'm so happy. We're going to pull it back a little bit. We're so happy. Ring the bell one time for you special folks. If you're joining us on YouTube, hit that like button, folks, and hit that subscribe button as well. You know, one thing we've realized, a lot of folks who watch us haven't clicked that follow button on Facebook. You know, they tell us 49% of the folks who watch us on YouTube in particular don't follow us. 49% who watch us every day on YouTube. You all haven't subscribed to our channel. Why don't you guys do that as you're joining us? Whether you're coming back to watch our program later on or you're live with us now, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that follow button on that Facebook page. And folks, just now, they've given us the permission to go through now to Instagram, and we're going to be adding TikTok. My Glenn Lalo voice. In the new year, folks, TikTok. Going through to TikTok and Instagram, folks, live every evening. We're going to do that for the new year. But good to have right now so many of you joining us. So many of you. We got the opening set. Rihanna Mingo, Wendell Hudson. Wendell joining us from Texas. Wendell joining us all the way from Texas. We know Margaret and Rio, they're in Somerville. They're in North Carolina. Yonet is here. Carol and all the other folks. Amelia and Sandra Hanover, good to see you. Diamond's in the house, and Sandra's here. Good to have Edward Brooms here, Martha Harris, Wendell, all the other folks who are joining us tonight, folks. We're so happy that you guys are here. Yep. We got to open up. Got to fight carrots. We got to open up Martha Harris, Renella Garnett. I see Ava Nicholson is here too. Cassandra Keeler, Angela McDonald, Kurt Johnson is here. John Jones, Leon Logan is here as well, and Henry Radley, Chinsing Henry is here too. Yep, we got full house tonight, folks. Full house tonight. We're so privileged as usual to have each and every one of you. Folks, I want you to know, this country is a different place, you know. It's the wild, wild west in this country. The wild, wild west. That's what we're telling you. We got the opening tonight. Share that live. Smash that emoji button, folks. And let's head to it. Welcome in the ring. Wherever you're joining us from, folks. You're joining us on the Tube. The tubers out there, good night to each and every one of you. Y'all looking so beautiful in the auditorium there. Thank you so much, Hetty Belt, for that contribution. Hetty Belt has made a contribution to our work here via our YouTube channel in the comment section. Hetty Belt went there, press that $sign and purchase a sticker. Yeah, $50 worth in sticker. Thank you so much, Hetty Belt. $50, folks. Thank you so much. We're going to ring the bell one time. Thank you, Hetty. We're going to hit the bell just for Hetty, nobody else. Take now for your vastness. One more time, just for Hetty. Yes. Helping to keep the work here going. And all the other folks who have been helping us to move along from point A to point B. So good to have each and every one of you. The opener, folks. This country is a different place. And I can show you all. Wild West. Financially, economically, wild west, socially. Could it get any worse? Last week, Vice President Jack Dio was trying to justify why public servants couldn't get a bigger raise. See this percentages thing that you're all always looking at. He said if you go too rush, you can destabilize things. You can pay them $1 million a month though. $2 or $3 million a month as the next president. He alone getting about $3 million a month in pension, living free off of Guyanese taxpayers' backs. But think you should be satisfied with 6.5 and go quietly into the gentle night. We will not go quietly into that gentle night. No, we won't do it. But in the PNCR's press conference today, they took on Mr. Jack Rio on that notion that we got to live on 6.5 and or else things will become destabilized. They took him on in today's presser. That's the opener tonight, folks. That's the opener. We want to show you that comment from last week with Mr. Jack Dio, and then, folks, we can bring you all up to present day with what the PNCR today said. We got to treat Guyanese people good. There's only some people here deserve to live better than others. Some were created more equal than others. George Orwell, Animal Farm. Take a look, folks, and take a listen. Yep, take a look and take a listen.
Somehow there is this feeling. There's an obsession about percentages every year. You hear one person say 70%, another 15%, another 5%, 3%. But any salary increase that is not grounded in an analysis of your economy, the state of your finances, and doesn't take account of the future revenue stream will be conjecture, and it will not be sustainable.
Financial sustainability is just another PPP excuse to deny public servants a livable wage. Since this year's 6.5% salary increase by the government to public servants, which we have already condemned as a slap in their faces, the government and its defenders have trotted out the excuse of financial sustainability as their new boogeyman for keeping wages low. Having failed to convince anyone the previous boogeyman of inflation and the Dutch disease, Bar Jagdio and others now claim that the government cannot sustain meaningful increases in public service pay. Let us debunk this excuse and expose the PPP's bad-mindedness. First, the public service is a net contributor to the economy. It performs a myriad of functions without which the country stands to lose far more than the public service wage bill, from healthcare, education, law and order, national defense, tax administration and collection, provision of water and electricity, design and supervision of infrastructure projects, to natural resources management, to name a few. The public service contributes to the society and economy far in excess of its maintenance cost. It is therefore not a burden on the national treasury, as some falsely and deceptively argue. The public service, additionally, can contribute substantially more through reforms to improve efficiencies and performance. More robust auditing of Exxon, for example, can prevent leakage of vital government revenues. All said, the public service can pay for itself and much more. Secondly, government currently has the fiscal space to pay public servants much more. The 2023 national budget now stands at over 900 billion Ghana dollars. Our revenues will grow with our third FPSO in operation. Our per capita income at purchasing power parity is already one of the highest in the world. How that money is allocated depends on how a government sees its priorities. For the PPP, the emphasis is on infrastructure spending to benefit its cronies. For the next coalition government, our budgeting will put people first and at the center of national development. We see this not only as a moral obligation, but as an economic investment in our human resources. Our budgets, therefore, will reflect this philosophy. Thirdly, the PPP government fails to grasp that public servants as individuals are also consumers, investors, savers, and producers. As such, they contribute to the economy over and above their role as providers of public service. The next coalition government will view public servants in this larger economic frame. Fourthly, the PPP will never understand that public servants are also parents, main breadwinners, and family members. Along with other citizens, they are also owners of Guyana's natural endowment and have rights to a decent quality of life. As such, they too must benefit from our vast oil wealth. They must not be treated as second-class citizens. Lastly, we will continue to expose the PPP's attempt to deny paying proper wages by hiding behind financial sustainability. Financial sustainability is far more complex than the PPP would like us to believe. It depends on how a government sets its national priorities, how a government recognizes the net contribution of the public service to the economy, how a government can increase this contribution by comprehensive public service reform, and how a government appreciates that its workers are far more than mere employees.
Somehow there is this feeling, there's an obsession.
Yep, there you have it, folks. There you have it. We got to push back. I'm so happy that economist Elson Lowe of the PNCR, advisor to the leader of the opposition and economics, came up with that statement. You can what? It's not sustainable to give us a better living wage, to give us better salary. It's not sustainable. But y'all can fly to Dubai every month, racking up $300-400 million. The Guyanese got to pay for that. Sustainable. Year in, year out, that's very sustainable. But to pay Guyanese properly, oh, that isn't sustainable? Well, we don't accept it. We do not accept it. Folks, we're not accepting it. And I want to say thanks to Wilma Grant. Wilma Grant, who has made a contribution to our broadcast as well. I like Wilma Grant. I said somebody made a contribution of $50 and Wilma contributed $49.99. I love it. Look at that one time. Wilma Grant, folks, welcome to the radio, everyone. Ringing that bell. I give a long bell to Wilma. I like that. I can match it, Wilma said. I wish some of you got the courage. Like, I can match that. 49.99. That's going to help us, folks, a far way. That is going to help us a far way. Good to have each and every one of you, folks. That was the opener. That was the opener. The wild, wild west. Economically, their high-class living, haute and couture living is sustainable. But guy needs to get a fair shake. You must need a bread. You must make a bread and eat a food. We can't accept that. Economically, we will not accept that. Folks, I learned years ago. I had Van Zalt. You know, that guru. It said, it's not what people do to you, you know. Please and thank you. It's not what people do to you. Terence Beaton and Gloria Pod, Maxine and Andrew. It's not what they do to us. It's what we allow them. It's what we allow them. Folks, economically, it's the wild, wild west. Cost of living, sky high. Wages are down. By the time you go in the marketplace, inflation, it's out of 6.5. He says, it's not sustainable to give you more. We reject that kind of thinking. We reject that kind of limited thinking, folks. We reject it. We don't accept that. We get right into today's accident report because I want you guys to know it's the wild, wild, wild west out there. Wild, wild west out there, folks. And there's a particular reason we're heading into this area. There's a particular reason because, folks, if you didn't think what's happening on our roads and our waterways, what's happening to our women and girls in this country, what are the seven plagues that are unleashed on this country since August 2nd, 2020? Folks, I'll show y'all definitively. I might end the program after that. Definitively, Guyana has the most dangerous roadways in the world. Haven't I been saying that? Rastaman, Lawrence Gangadin, Andrew Law, Wilma Grant. Haven't I been saying that? Wilma Grant, thanks again for that contribution for 9.99. We take that with chest, Wilma, for 9.99. For 9.99. Thank you so much. Yeah. Donna George, thank you as well. Hetty Belt, thank you as well. Donna George, Hetty Belt. Thank you guys for those contributions. Barely saw Donna George. Barely saw Donna there. I can ring the bell one time for Donna before we get it. I want to show you definitively, after I celebrate those persons who had the courage to partner with us. We don't thief money, you know. Everything goes back into producing these programs. One time, Donna George. Thank you, Donna. One time, Wilma Grant. One time, please and thank you. Ring that bell one time. Hetty too. I ain't forgetting you. Thank you guys so much for contributing to our program. And folks, the Stars feature available on Facebook, so you all don't feel left out. Don't feel left out on Facebook at all. You know, the Stars feature, you can contribute to our program using that Stars feature on Facebook while we're live. And even when we're off here, so you're coming back to watch the program, you can still contribute via that Stars feature on Facebook. Or folks, the link is flitting by. You got your debit, your credit cards. You'll see a very secure link coming by your way, and you guys can contribute using that feature. DJ Hope, well, hold on, man. Like it's a contribution war tonight. DJ Hope has contributed. Remember I told you, Hetty first contributed $50. Right? Let me show you a story. And Wilma Grant contributed $49.99 just under 50. But look how DJ Hope's story go. DJ Hope has contributed $50.99. $50.99. You know you're able. DJ Hope, we're ringing the bell for you one time. Thank you so much, DJ. I'll ring another time. Folks, I want to show you conclusively, Guyana has the most dangerous roadways in the world. That's what I'm telling you. In the world. Parliament, we saw last evening, is doing its part to control out-of-control drivers. Parliament, thank you, Parliament. Wild West, folks. Parliament doing its part to control out-of-control drivers. A truck slammed into the fence at Parliament in the wee hours of this morning. Slammed into Parliament. Rammed through the fence. Folks, could you imagine? Could you imagine if there were folks on the pavement there? Could you imagine if there were folks on the pavement there? They said, you know, this accident happened around midnight last evening, just after midnight. And of course, Parliament is on the junction there, Brickdam and Avenue of the Republic. They said the truck was trying to avoid hitting a car that had jumped the major road. And while trying to avoid hitting the car, the driver lost control of the truck, and the truck ran into Parliament compound through the fence. So Parliament is doing its part. Perhaps not in the way it should, but doing its part nonetheless to stop these out of control vehicles. But hold on, you think that's it? Hold on. Brace it over. Radam. Brace it over, folks. Hold on. I'm telling you, I want to prove definitively to you folks, Guyana has the most dangerous roadways in the world. You say that without fear of successful contradiction, that we have the most dangerous roadways in the world. Penelope Hudson, brace it over. Patricia Craig, Tommy Gibbs, Wenda Enid, Gershel, Leslie Thompson. So I said to you, this truck, trying to avoid hitting a car at the junction there of Brick Dam and Avenue of the Republic, run into the parliamentary fence. Bernadette Duncan, Desmond Harris, brace it over Desmond, Wayne Brown, Chinsing Henry. There was Parliament doing its part to stop these vehicles. The carnage on the roads. Could you imagine if somebody were standing there? So folks, hold on. Wild West, says Michael Reed says, and fully done. Wild West and fully done. That's what I'm telling you. Hold on for the done now. A policeman went on the scene there, investigating what had gone wrong. Edward Brooms, Michael Reed, Volmay, a policeman in the line of duty, went on the scene at Parliament to investigate. You know, as police, you hear an accident, you dispatch to the location. But who tell you to do that? The policeman was knocked down, both his legs broken in that location, while in the line of his duty. Where else in the world? Anto, when the Hudson Joylin Cook, where else in the world? On the scene. He's perusing the scene, going around saying, what happened here? Measuring Hetty, Sandra Hanover, Lester Wilmot Bernadette, and the policeman is knocked down, both his legs broken. Armadon Cook, Marcia Jackman. And if that doesn't prove to you conclusively, Guyana has the most dangerous roadways in the world, I don't know what will. So tonight, we got to pray for Police Constable Kevon James. He was rushed for medical attention. As I said, after both his legs were broken, struck down. I'm reading the report. While investigating that accident at Brick Dam and Avenue of the Republic, which occurred just after 3:30 hours, they say, this very morning, struck down, both his legs broken. Also rushed for medical attention was Sabrina Bajan. I think this was the driver of the motor car, and Harry Narayan, Sat Narayan. I think he was the driver of the truck. Where in the world, folks? Where in the world? I'm taking my time, believe it or not, here, to massage this issue so you understand the madness that is the roadways and that needs urgent attention. Not just from the traffic chief. This needs presidential attention. Where in the world do you have an accident? This is the precincts of Parliament. A truck runs into the fence, and a policeman investigating that on the scene. He himself is knocked down, both legs broken. Folks, this is the wild west. This is the Wild West. The Wild West. And I want to remind you, I wish to remind you, just last evening, we told you that Anita Narayan was trying to cross the road in Region 3 when she was struck down at Les Destin on the east bank of Essequibo in the presence of her two children and her mother-in-law, and killed. That was just yesterday, That was just yesterday. Struck down and killed in the presence of our kids. And while I talk about this policeman who was struck down on the scene of that accident this morning in the vicinity of the Parliament building there, woman constable, let me see if we have her name here, Annette Abel, struck down and killed in the line of duty just last month on the East Coast. She was at a police roadblock in the line of duty. Drunk driver struck her down, severed her legs on the spot. Wild, wild west. Day before yesterday, we told you of Daniel McLennan working on a road project up the East Coast. An NIS vehicle struck him down dead. All this is in the space of the last 2 months, and I'm just pulling out a couple of them. Just a couple of them to show you guys that this is the Wild West. And if this doesn't warrant the urgent attention of this nation, I don't know what will. A policeman goes to investigate this accident, and he's knocked down, his legs broken. Who of you this country? Who of you this country? This is today. Folks, this is today. A collision on the Essequibo coast. Yet again, this time at Colombia. A man is now dead. His identity is not yet known. Head-on collision between two motor cars. They tell us the victim was a passenger in the front seat of one of the cars. Rushed to hospital, pronounced dead. Guyana has the most dangerous roadways in the world. Who are we in this country? Who sell me for blood and money? Who sell me for blood money, Bantu King? Who sell me for blood money? This is today. I showed you this morning. Near National Year of Prayer. Remember I said it first. National Year of Prayer. Remember I said it first. You shared it live yet? You smashed the emoji button yet? We're 27 minutes in and we didn't come off the opener yet. We started with Jagdio, one tragedy, and then we land at another. That's where we are, 27 minutes in the program. And now we're talking about this tragedy, economic tragedy, social tragedy. The wild, wild west. As the light one says, incompetence reigns everywhere. Full endorsement there. Full endorsement there. 5 years ago today, Chanda said yes. He's fighting for his life in hospital tonight. Medevac to Canada last evening. Fighting for his life. Internal bleeding. 5 years ago today. The crosses on this nation started. You're pouring of the plagues on this nation. 5 years ago today. Government falls. Read the headline in Starbucks News. 5 years ago today. And we haven't been the same since. We have not been the same since, folks. Look some of the things quickly. We're covering on the fight card. We got a lot of ground to cover. We're going to try to be a hero passport story in Antigua and Barbuda. Passport story. Men on the loose. In Trinidad, I think it is. Water for his bank. This government and shame. Ganja for the soldiers in the Ukraine. The good book says men who sorrow, you gotta give them strong drink. I don't know drinking the ganja or what, but ganja for the men in the Ukraine. You think it's easy, now? We better prove some higher quantity here for the miseries that we gotta go through. For the miseries. I think the late great poet Martin Carter says, those miseries you cultivate are yours as well as mine. We share in them equally. 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 Please and thank you. We got a lot to discuss. Let me try to be a hero and get to some of it, folks. Let me try to be a hero. Welcome to the broadcast. If you're now joining us, share the like, smash that emoji button, good folks, and partner with us as well. Let's bring it in quick from what we're covering overseas. Look, folks, this world upside down. Upside down. UK, woman wanted, arrested for the murder of a 4-year-old. Stabbed to death, 4-year-old boy. That's no beer. Anthony Jarvis, Romain. That's no beer. Jesus, a devil loose on this world. Old devil loose on this world, folks. Year prayer. Tragedies foreign and domestic. Please and thank you. Moving on quickly, folks. This is the Czech Republic. Gunmen stormed the university. 15 dead. 15 dead. 15. I said, there's sick people in this world. We got a lot in the government here. A lot in the government here. 15 dead in the Czech Republic. Devil. Right? 15 dead. Why so much in Gaza, around the Gaza? You know? Where the Gaza and Gully people there? Huh? You gotta come to front. You should go and help fight. Who's Gaza and who's Gully? Right? Now, Canada is issuing temporary visas for people who have family, relatives. You see, in the Gaza, doing their part, doing their humanitarian part, trying to bring people out of harm's way. You know, I can see some of y'all saying, I wish I used to, you know, I had a family. Some of y'all really want to get out of this place now. Thank you, Canada. Some of y'all really want to get out of this place. Look what's happening now in Ukraine. Ukraine lawmakers have legalized medicinal marijuana. Voted to legalize it. They said the soldiers there going through so much. We got to get something to ease the mind. Right? I think I is qualified too. Folks, the science has overtaken the prejudice and the stigma on marijuana use. Ukraine legalize it. They have to deal with some of the trauma these soldiers are faced with. Yeah. We try to free up the weed, but them boys want to keep us down. They intend to keep this country down. We try to free it up. Look, some of the other things we're following, folks, around the region tonight while we bring you all home. Some of the other things we're following, got to be a hero to it. So much ground to cover. See? Antigua and Barbuda has a passport recall. Right? A passport recall. They want to upgrade to machine-readable passports, and they've now extended the period because they say so many things are preventing citizens, especially those abroad, from being able to do this in a timely manner. Right? So they've extended the time there. Talking about that, in St. Lucia, a minister of government, a minister within the office of the prime minister, he got some money to pay, went on a registration, talked some things about a woman. She didn't like it, sued them. The court sided with her. Now we got a lot of money to pay this woman. He has responsibility for housing in the office of the prime minister there, Richard Frederick. You got to pay a lot of money. Be careful what you say, folks. Slander and libel. That's why we come with valid, credible information. Don't come wrong with funny. Valid and credible. Right? So hopefully learn from his mistake. Manhunt. There's a lot happening in the region, folks. I think it's the final regional story we can touch on. Manhunt is the whole world upside down. Upside down, folks. The whole world. The whole world upside down. Folks, when you all go to church, I know some of you are only going wrong this time, only going. Right? However you choose to do it. Pray for this country first and foremost. Spend a lot of time there. A lot. If you can pray for an hour, spend about 55 minutes on the country. On this country. Right? And then say a word for the world. Right? Say a word for the world. Manhunt is on, folks. The manhunt is on. And this is in Jamaica. Right? This is in Jamaica. These 7 inmates discovered missing at the Arakabessa police station. The manhunt is now on. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. You want to do whatever you feel like and operate however you feel like. The escapees were in custody for serious crimes, including, they say, murder, aggravated robbery, and they're now the subject of an intense manhunt. We're going to keep following that. We're going to keep following that, good folks. In the 592, in the Wild Wild West, in the 592, folks, the Wild Wild West. That's it. You know, once we come here is what? Once we come, never a dull moment. Folks, you hear me laughing? This is how I register despair, you know. This is how I register despair. I'm fed up. I'm looking forward like you cannot believe to these couple of days of rest and just to recover from 2023. It's plenty enough in 2023. We had our good moments, didn't we, folks? Oh, but there's plenty enough in 2023. I'm so looking forward, folks, as we're there. Tomorrow is going to be our final day of shows. We can keep pushing out information on all our platforms throughout, but it's going to be a final day of shows for this year. We're going to be back on the 8th of next month, which is a Monday. I think it's the second Monday in January. We're going to be back on the 8th. Because 2023 is plenty enough. It's plenty enough. We're just taking some time to detox. You see? We're taking some time to, what do you just call it? Depressurize from the cooker we're in. Every day, all there is to talk about this country is accidents. People get knocked down. Policewomen get knocked down. She foot severed. Now the policeman get knocked in my apartment building, both of his legs broken. I need to get knocked down over in Region 3. Contractor get knocked down up the East Coast, dead. It kind of creeps up on you. So forgive us, folks. Forgive us. Huh? Forgive us. You know what's sad? They got like a change in the guard in this country. Huh? They got like a change in the guard in this country. This morning we reported we had lost an eminent lawyer, Rex McKay. And by evening, folks, respected, renowned, beloved Woodlands Hospital Managing Director, Dr. Neville Gobin, transitioned. He was 75 years old. I haven't seen a bad word about Dr. Neville Gobin. What good, Doc? Never seek to know for whom the bell tolls. The great poet Don Juan says, one of my favorite ballads. It tolls for thee. All of us. We got a date and a number. Y'all better stay on the straight and narrow. Right? Stay on the straight and narrow. You go out on the road, look right, look left, look right, look left, look right. Spend about 10 minutes. And don't, if a vehicle far, don't even cross. Go back. When the road is absolutely clear. Dr. Neville Gobin was 75. Made his contribution. Made his mark. So sad to see him go. What good, Doc. Our thoughts and prayers with his friends and family and loved ones. Yeah. Signs of the times, folks. And as though you need more signs. We didn't start with Parliament. Who's sharing their life tonight? We didn't start with Parliament. What more signs you want? Huh? If a truck runs into the National Assembly where the laws are made, because there's so much disrespect on the roadways, and a policeman investigating that, he had it himself run into, both his legs broken. What more signs you looking for? It's all around us. A blind man could see the signs all around us. A look story here. Rape a 4-year-old. He got 4 to 5 years. Huh? Appeal. He had his sentence reduced to 5 years. To 25 years rather. He raped a 5-year-old. That Pasad. You know. I feel sometimes the devil is a whisper in our ears. What enjoyment you can get from a 5-year-old. Huh? What enjoyment? That's not the devil's self. You're not the devil's self. What enjoyment for the life of me could you get from a 5-year-old? You gotta be so bad lucky to think you can't get nothing else any place. For that to be a disposition. What enjoyment could you get from a 5-year-old? For the 5-year sentence initially, now they brought it down to 25. Well, they got fancy for themselves. Every man, the good book says, must give an account for his whole life. See? Yeah, look story here now. Some of them out there, you know. Some of them out there, folks. This country now, you see? Looking forward for some rest. Looking forward to some rest. Folks. 23, Joshua Mentor, busted with ecstasy. See? Busted with everybody want to make a bread. Eat a food. Quick, quick, quick. This hustle country. People see them hustling at the top. People in the living room who getting all the support, who handling the agreement and so on. And people want to hustle at the bottom too. They don't want to make a bread. They don't want to eat the food. Can't do the crime. Can't do the time. Don't do the crime. Don't do it, Daniel. Don't do it. Busted with ecstasy. Right? Daniel should be dreaming dreams to change the world at 23. Well, maybe he was. Maybe he was. You can't do the time. Don't do the crime. That's all we say. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Right? Don't do it. Guyana's not a real place. Some of you express it different. This is Guyana. And that's what you say. That's what you end up saying. This is Guyana. It's not a real place. See? Everywhere. Signs of the time. Aichuni, father of 5, brutally stabbed, fighting for his life. Like Charan Das. Brutally stabbed. This wild, wild west. Folks, a small country like ours, you got about 13 over here. They got about 13. We don't lose 3 in the last 24 hours. Wild, wild west. That's the kind of country we got. Brutally stabbed at Aichuni. This is the region 10 sub-region. Now it's 10 of us left. Right? And by the time tomorrow night we meet this time, 3 houses burned down. And 4 more dead. These people are crosses. I don't know how else to tell you. I want to find a more elegant, eloquent way to say it. But I think you catch my drift. There's crosses. Since they come as one purgatory to the next. One purgatory to the next. Since they come. Brutally stabbed. And then when you check these things, a man is willing to take another man's life in this country for little or nothing. Could be for a red cake. Because you're dancing with somebody girl in a party. Right? That's your crimes against humanity. A man feel affronted and take your life. Right? And then he go as a guest in the state for 3 years and life goes on. Life goes on. Keon Liverpool, father of 5. Lives at Aichuni. Excavator operator. Wild, wild west country. Yeah? And why do you think Keon gets stabbed? Yeah? Why do you think he gets stabbed? Pure nonsense. Pure nonsense. Feud. Old grievance. Right? Somebody threatened to kill him on several times in the past. Some old feud. You know, it's how people can hold on to things for so long. You ever vexed with people so long you even know why you vexed with them? Why you just know I'm vexed with him for some reason. Don't ask me why, I just know I forget, it's long. 45 years. 45 years. Jesus mercy. Some of y'all know y'all able. Hope he recovers quickly. Hope he recovers quickly. You see why you want to go up? Every night you got to talk about murder, rape, you know, killing, accident. Jesus. I got detox, right? In 2 weeks, I go into my eye specialist. I got to go to my dentist. I think I'm going to do a whole physical, getting a hot stone massage, right? A hot stone. Usually, there's use about 5 stones, 10 stones. They heat them and then they press out all your bad energy. I want to use about 55. I want to use about 55 hot stones. I got plenty of things to press out. Oh, no. I got plenty of things to press out, goddammit. Fed up. Every day in this country is madness. Fed up. Totally fed up. Then you got the jagabats to deal with. You got the jagabats. You got the trench crappos. You got the Jebusites. You got the Philistines, the Pharisees, the Hittites, the Hipposites, and the PPP-ites. You got the Supites. My God. One country. You got about 10 of us. And you got all these sections. All these sections. All these sections to do it. They tell all these big projects they're doing. Well, we know the whole thing. We know the whole story. All these projects, that should be for your well-being. Look, Joey, they should have done this project quietly and go in a corner. Quietly, we know the whole thing. 24-hour water service, they're telling us. For East Coast residents, I think it's East Bank residents. For East Bank residents. Now, for the last 31 years, governance in this country, 26 have gone to the PPP. 26 of 31. And there's no East Bank residents getting water. Right? 24 hours water. They're ashamed. And we're going to do our investigation because we know this headline is not totally accurate. And then when you say you're getting 24-hour water, that's half the thing. We ain't talking quality here, you know. It's just something coming through your tap. Could be orange, could be pink, could be red, could be mauve. However they hook it up. Quality is another story. Usually when you see a headline like this, 24 hours water supply, you're thinking potable water. No. This could be black, pink, mauve, peach, pea green, teal. 21 of 31 years, they've been at the helm. And where we fit, we got to fight them for 6.5. Fight them. 21 of 31. It's the country we live in. Sadly, that's the country we're living in. The country we're living in. Right? You know what to focus on? Ask them about this. Gas to shore. We told you guys in this morning's program, the pipelines, they said, were being laid. They said the Exim Bank is poised. It's not the term they use yet. Poised. You know, money I drug deal. Exim Bank is poised to lend them, this that give $660 million US for this project. This is a transformational project. They said it's anything but Skeldon. I'm not excited. Skeldon today hasn't produced 1 pound of sugar profitability. They said Skeldon was supposed to be so modernized. As a byproduct of producing sugar, you'll get excess electricity. They're going to feed the, feed the system for the quarantine and bring down the rates for citizens who live on the quarantine. That was the promise. Millions of euros poured into the Skeldon modernization factory. Oh yes, transformational project. Years later, today, they produce a pound of sugar at profitability or a kilowatt of energy for any citizen on the quarantine. But now they come here for sell your dreams. You see? Not a white telephone, fiber optic, just optic, no optic. You name it. These boys have done it. Name one big project they did that was successful. One big project. They tried to put down a bridge Across the Borbridge River, they go and copy Forbes Burnham Bridge. Exactly. 40 years later, copy the exact bridge and put it down. You think them boys easy? Them boys will cuss you out. You see, I'm going to copy idea and put it on the paper. Isn't that what they did? They cussed us out. They said, this production sharing agreement of 2016. We can make a better deal than that. We can renegotiate this whole thing. We do the whole thing 3 years in, then change a word. For years, the people cuss out the PNCR, but the Constitution. It was bottom Constitution. A dictatorial, this or that. 26 years later, then change a word from it. They've been in power for 26 of 31 years. Then change a word, a line. Hypocrites. Hypocrites. Don't listen to what they say. Watch the action. You see? Tomorrow they go in opposition, then abuse them by the same constitution. What dictatorial? Voters saying we can change it. We can change the ExxonMobil contract. We can make GPL great again. Cash Ramtatan this morning said the generator now land, they're plugging up. Expect more power for the holiday. We be watching things. Hypocrites, generation of vipers. The same set. They say the Exim Bank poised. They get them 660 million. That's the same way the Europeans are poised to give the same amount of money for Skeldon. We're still waiting for this transformational project that was the Skeldon modernization project to kick off. Still waiting. My son gonna come and he can come to wait and he chair and they chair and chair. Still waiting for Skeldon modernization project to kick in. This guy has to show heading on the same line. Every right thinking specialist, technocrat commentate say slow and steady instead of fast and fresh. Them boys are listening. Let me go down the road. Let me go down the road. See? Rung and down. That's how we do it, folks. Rung and down. You wrap it up. Look, story here now. It's the season. I gotta start a charity. Folks, want to say congrats to Muhammad's Enterprise. They've given some money to 17 NGOs. Right? It might be 3 million, but it's 3 million more than they had. Right? 3 million divided by 17 is how much? Right? That's more than what I started with. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you very much to the Muhammads. Always doing their part. Always doing their part, folks. The closer. As we wrap up, the closer. Folks, if y'all still in 2023, you're behind. You got already thinking through 2024. And that's what I want to spend some time doing. Right? By the time I get to January, I must be seeing the end. Where this end? We must be seeing the end of 2024. Right? Heading into the election, folks, in 2025. But that's where we're going to spend some time doing. Rationalizing 2024. You know, some things will surprise us. That's life. Can't plan for everything. Life is what when you're busy making plans. Somebody said that. It's not me. Can't plan for everything. But we want a framework. Right? We just want to happen along. Wake up every day, you don't know what happened. No, we're going with a plan. This is what we're doing in January, February, March, April. Right? Things we've been covering, issues we want to look at. We want to get out more there in communities, get more of the voices of the people on the programs. What's happening in the communities there, Hinterland and all over. That's what we want to get out more, the way we went to Region 1, spoke to those people there, their concerns, their challenges, their fears. We want to do more of that. Wherever Guyanese are, at home and abroad. So we got to think through what we're going to be doing. See? If you're not thinking already about 2024, folks, come on. Pick up the pace. 2023 is gone. It's gone. Today's the 21st day of December. Hours from now, 22nd. Christmas is upon us, and then the rest is just going to run. The clock is just going to run out like that. Right? We are already in 2024. Thinking. One of the things we're thinking about is budget. 2024. You know, the government have been giving us some sneak peeks. 2024 is going to be the year we break the $1 trillion budget in this country. Look out for that. Right? But you know what? We're going to feel the exact same way. More money the claim in circulation, more disposable income, the claim in circulation. They can say you're supposed to be happy. You have more disposable income, but we won't be feeling it. Right? It's like how we pump in. You know when you pump, you're supposed to feel something, but you ain't feeling nothing. Right, Lester, Joylyn, Karen, Diane, Delight, what? Desmond, when you pump in, you're supposed to feel something. We pump in, but we're not feeling anything. It's all we all, or it's cold we cold. When you pump in all the way we pump in, you got to feel something. Right? We may be on the hill, but we're not over. When we pump, we must feel something. We're pumping a lot of oil in this country, but we're not feeling it. 2024 is going to be the year we break the $1 trillion budget. We already, believe it or not, right? We had a budget in February of 2023. They came back for a supplemental in August, and then they just got $25.9 billion on Monday. So currently, folks, currently, the government has appropriated $900+ million. $900+ million. They're spending Wild West. Why are you feeling it? 2024 is going to be that year we go over that mark. $1 trillion budget. Look for it. A lot of spending taking place, but are you benefiting? How are you going to benefit from it? You got to start thinking about that now. If you're going to benefit from it at all. And if you're benefiting from it, why? You got to study that. And that's part of what we want to do. Why are Guyanese benefiting from this largesse? Why are we benefiting from this? They're giving us some snapshots of what the economy is going to look like in 2024, what the budget is going to look like. In today's press conference, the Vice President spoke about that in today's press conference coming out of Freedom House. Take a listen to some of what he said about budget 2024.
We're currently engaged in the preparation for the 2024 budget. You will see an early budget in 2024. The president, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, spoke about two elements of the budget. Our macro views on the budget. One about the continuation of the build out of the economic and social infrastructure of the country to enhance future growth and to bring greater comfort to our people. That is on health and education and all those other sectors, as well as the economic infrastructure of the country that will trigger future growth. And then he spoke about the enhancement of disposable income. Now, disposable income can come from several ways. It can be through increased salaries, reduction of taxes, more people being employed, and all of these measures would be catered for in the 2024 budget. So you can expand employment and get more disposable income at the gross level. That is national level because more people are working. So those would be two key elements of the budget. They're macro elements, they're goal-related elements, and they're consistent with our manifesto. But they would find themselves reflected through a series of projects and policies and programs that will be enshrined in the budget. But you can look out for that goal. That is to keep our country safer, to keep it vibrant, to keep the social and economic investments going, to generate more jobs, to create more income for people through various means. These would all be part of the budget next year. And so we're busy working at these measures. We're currently engaged in the preparation for the 2024 budget.
Yep. There it is. Yep. Now, the insights they're saying about budget 2024, but as I said, this government is like the opposite of Bird Box. That movie, Bird Box with Sandra Bullock. You're going to cover your eye, you got to cover your ears with them. And don't listen to what they say, you got to watch what they do. Right? They say they care, but you see, you only get 6.5. If I give you more, it won't be sustainable to sell it for 6.5. You see, we could pour billions in other projects, though. Trillions in other projects, but y'all, this human resource we got, no, 6.5. Unless y'all gonna, it's not sustainable. You see, watch what they do. It's not what they say. They talk a good talk, but they walk in the walk. That's the difference, folks. That is the difference. Thanks for joining us. It's our final program for the year is going to be tomorrow, folks. Looking forward to seeing you on the morning show and then back here tomorrow evening as we close off our shows for the year until January 8th. But we're going to be pumping out information. I hope you're all feeling it. When we pump in, we hope you're feeling it out there, folks. We're going to be pushing out information on our platforms. Thanks for joining us, each and every one. I want to say big thank you, folks. Big, humongous, big thank you to the folks. Edward Brooms took on the challenge. The folks who contributing live on our broadcast on YouTube, and Edward Brooms contributed $100. Believe it or not, $100 to match DJ Hope Tongue's 50.99, Wilma Grant's 49.99, Donna George 9.99. We love it still. Hetty Belt $50 as well. Thank you, folks. Y'all gonna help us to keep moving on. Y'all gonna help us meet our budget, and we are so grateful. We are so grateful that you folks are gonna help us to meet our budget at this end and help us to get into 2024 debt free. That's our hope, folks. That's our hope. Thanks for joining us. The many of you, share the live before you go. Those of you who are coming back to watch us, share the live as well. Smash that emoji button. Share the broadcast as well. Smash that emoji button and partner with us, folks. You can do so via the stars feature on Facebook, the sticker feature on YouTube here, or folks, we're going to share in the comment section that very special link. That link, folks, you can use that link and you can contribute if you have your debit, your credit cards. Very secure, international company, very sound and secure link where you're going to share. You should see flitting by you, folks. Thank all of you who contributed to our program this evening by your very presence here, your financial contribution, the comments you give this evening, and you could have been in so many other places. If you benefited in any way from this program tonight, you can also subscribe to our channel on YouTube. So many folks watch our channel on YouTube, but they haven't subscribed to it as yet. Look for that subscribe button right at the top. Search it a little bit. We know some of you big. Gotta turn the flesh. We sight still good. Look for that subscribe button there on YouTube, or that follow button on Facebook or whatever other social media network you pick this up from. That's going to do it for us on this Thursday evening, folks. Thursday, the 21st day of December, heading to that big day on the 25th. That's our time, folks, and that's our program. Stay safe,